Oh man, that was a great throwback to the first game. I'll explain if you haven't seen or played the first game. In the first ending, what happens is you're all alone. You don't really have any partners because the two people you came with are dead. Right. So Isaac gets on a ship after you kill the final boss, and it's almost exactly like the beginning of that scene right there, where he's like poking holographic screens, and then he kind of like opens his eyes for a second. He's like, wait a second. And then he turns around, and Nicole's body is there, and she turns into a zombie. And she lunges at him, and then the screen turns black, and that's the end of the game. So, with this one, it started off exactly the same, like with Isaac steering the ship. And then he's like, wait a second. He turns around, and then Ellie's not a zombie. I feel like there might be more than one ending, depending on if we killed Tideman right there a few minutes ago. If we just let him die, I don't really know, but I feel like that might be a possibility. Anyway, the game is now over. How do I feel about the game? That's how I feel. It's like the atmosphere was good. The enemies were good. The story was good. The spawn rate. Oh god. So bad. So bad. It was frustrating and irritating to the point where I didn't play this game for a few days at a time just because I didn't want to get to that point of frustration. So even though we did have this cool story going on about Isaac having to kill his dead girlfriend and this martyr causing him to hallucinate, what the hell does that mean? Hallucinate. Even though it's a pretty cool story, the spawn rate and just everything coming behind you all at once, it was just frustrating. I get this is supposed to be survival horror, and you're supposed to be overwhelmed. And I'm cool with that, but this was just ridiculous sometimes. Just absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, everything besides that, the music was pretty decent, like that violin song that was going on. That was pretty cool. Story, Isaac is kind of like, the characters weren't very interesting besides Strauss, but I did like the whole Nicole hallucinations thing. I did like having her as the final boss. I felt like that was very fitting. I felt like the entire game was building up to that, so it makes a lot of sense. Besides that, there's not a whole lot left to say. If I had to say play this game or don't play this game, I would say play this game while in a very calm mood, because there's just some cheap stuff in here. It just gets really annoying sometimes, but the story I feel like is at least worth playing through once, and the atmosphere and the tension. It is, it's good for one time. If you play it more than that, you won't really like. I constantly mentioned throughout the game I wasn't feeling scared like they were trying to make me feel. And because of that, I really don't have any interest in playing through a second time, because I'll be even less scared the second time. And I don't know. I feel like as a horror game, it's just not very good. As an action game, it's all right. That's my verdict. It's all right, I suppose. It looks nice. It sounds nice. It's mostly coherent. Kind of like System Shock 2. Reminds me of System Shock 2 a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. So, as far as what I'm gonna record next, I'm gonna try and see if I can do Shadow Hearts, and if I can get like an acceptable quality. That'll be good, because I would like to do Shadow Hearts. It's a much better game. I mentioned before that I wanted to take a break from horror, so I would do Shadow Hearts, but Shadow Hearts actually has some moments that are scarier than this game. I mean, overall, Shadow Hearts is kind of a disturbing game, which I really like about it. Whereas this one was just like jump scares and blah blah blah. I look so ugly with my tendrils and stuff. Now I don't really care how ugly you look. It's not that scary. But Shadow Hearts will be next if I can get it working. You'll know in a few days. If I can't get that working, then I'll do Cryostasis, which will also be blind, just like this one was. This was blind to the very end. Didn't know what was going to happen. And, you know, the ending was pretty good. I mean, it was okay, you know? Wasn't bad. Yeah, so... I will do Cryostasis eventually. I just want to see if I can do Shadow Hearts first, because it's awesome. Kind of slightly older game. People have been wanting me to do older games as well. Because, you know, I'm doing Skyrim and Dead Space, which were released within the last 2 years. Or 3. I think this was 09, maybe? 10? I don't know. Well, that's besides the point. I really have nothing left to say now, so thank you all for watching. And as always, I hope you all have a great day. Now, if you like what you see, you feel like seeing some more videos, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and all that good jazz. It really helps out the channel a lot. It's just very slow growth at this point, getting like 10 subs a week, maybe. If that. Probably, actually, no, it's more like six subs a week and then losing some as well. So, you know, I would really appreciate the subs. I will continue to do horror games and really a whole variety of games, because that's what I like doing. You know, maybe some MMOs in there. Definitely an RPG coming. But yeah, so thank you all, and hope you have a great day, and I'm going to leave you with this lovely credit song to watch the rest. So, I will see you all later in the next game.
This is Flight Team EG-9 to Control. We have completed the flyby. There's nothing left. I repeat, Titan Station has been completely destroyed.
And the marker?
Negative. Nothing survived this, sir. Marker Site 12 is a total loss.
Pity. Recall all flights and return to base. The other sites will have to pick up the pieces.